Hello, welcome, welcome. I hope you're having a very good day today. It is very cloudy today, and it's actually one of those days where it makes me want to sit inside with my coffee and read some weird stories. So, we're going to do r/confessions today. And believe me, I have skimmed, I haven't read them properly, but I have skimmed, and oh my goodness. You're in for a treat today if you've come for just some absolutely wild stories. Well, confessions, should I say. So, if that sounds like something you'd be interested in listening to, then stick around and enjoy. And don't forget to like and subscribe, please. Thank you. First post, I kind of think I might have fetal alcohol syndrome, which would explain a lot. My mum drank when she was pregnant with me. Not a lot, but regularly. But it was back right before doctors weren't worried about that shite, late 1990s. Yeah, they really weren't. And now they say just one night on the drink could cause irreparable damage. As a kid, I had an IEP for ADHD, but I'd sort of just sit there catatonically until a teacher prodded me into doing something. School was a constant struggle, and work today is too. I didn't prompt myself to get tested until I was in my early 20s, when I could afford it myself. Parents weren't into it, didn't want a disabled kid. I don't understand that. Like, wouldn't you want your kid to know and actually be able to get some help? Neuropsychiatric test results blew my mind. My mental processing speed is in something like the 0.3 percentile, which means the medical definition of the R word. Okay, that's a bit harsh. Goodness me, OP. I technically read at an 8th grade level, and my math skills are about the same. I have a disability that impacts my fine motor skills, motor dysgraphia, but my verbal reasoning skills are off the charts. The way my doctor explained it to me is that if I didn't have these limitations, my IQ, which she also explained is a flawed indicator, would be somewhere in the 140s or 150s. Right now, she'd guess I'm at about 115. Basically, I got lucky. If I wasn't naturally smart, I'd be really struggling through life. I'm a somewhat successful white collar professional who could probably be doing a lot better. Don't get me wrong, I'm smart, like really smart, but I struggle with a lot of basic stuff, and the only explanation I can come up with is my mum drinking. Can't tell you we've got a family history of this stuff, told mum about the diagnosis, and she was really embarrassed about it. What? Why? Not sure how to feel. I mean, I could understand if OP was like, I'm a little bit embarrassed. I totally get that. I went to see my doctors the other day. I'm saying the other day, it was like a few weeks ago now, actually. In fact, it was actually longer than that, and I've been sitting on this and not doing anything about it. But basically, I've suffered with an anxiety disorder my whole life since I was about 9 years old is the first time I think I remember getting a panic attack. And I went to them the other day and I just said, look, this cannot be anxiety. This cannot just be anxiety. I don't know what it is, but it cannot. And we were going through different things and blah, 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 family history. And obviously there is autism within the family. So she had me do this autism assessment, like a very basic assessment that they use to decide if they then think that you need to ask for a referral. Because here in the UK, they don't refer you for things like that unless you actually ask for it. So we did this thing and it came up basically, I am sitting on, what was the wording? It was something like scored highly for severely autistic traits. And I was like, I don't know how to feel about that. And it wasn't embarrassment as much as it was. I was sitting there thinking, oh my God, I don't know if I want to go through with an assessment because I don't want people to look at me differently. So I could understand if OP felt like that because I too have yet to actually follow through with requesting an assessment because I just don't know if I can handle people looking at me differently if I was to get a diagnosis. And I also don't know how I would feel about getting a diagnosis. I know it's not the be all and end all, and I know that 100%. But at the same time, I've gone through 30 odd years of life of just being a bit odd and thinking I was just a bit odd and thinking I had anxiety to now being like, hey, it might be this. And it's jarring. So I would get that. But for OP's mum to be embarrassed, I'm sorry, what kind of mum are you? You should be supportive and just be like, hey, you are or you aren't, it doesn't matter, you're still the same person. You know? I don't like that at all. I do hope that this gives OP some perspective on just like understanding themselves though, because I do feel like these diagnoses, they don't mean anything. If OP's got a really good job and all of that lot, and they just need some help understanding themselves and why they are the way they are, then I think that's fantastic. Clearly they're doing well for themselves, so it shouldn't matter. Down in the comments, Tin Pants44 says, I hate to hear this happen to you, and I'm glad you are doing your best to overcome the obstacles. That said, the late 1990s is not the Stone Age, and the link between alcohol and pregnancy has been well known for almost 100 years. Your mum let you down in a big way. And then Cutie Who says, agreed, my mum quit smoking to have me in the late 90s. She decided to be an alcoholic after she'd had all of her kids. I have some experience with that also, yes. Living with an alky parent is not the funnest thing, which now feels like a small blessing. Procrastinating just like you, I think. Oh my goodness, that was hard to read. That's like 1990s text speak. We're having throwbacks today, my loves. My aunt quit smoking cold turkey when she found out she was pregnant in the 70s. By the 80s, there was no excuse to not know that if you smoked while pregnant, you were endangering your child's health. I think the concept of secondhand smoke and its dangers started catching on in the 90s. I mean, yeah, I do feel like we've known about it for a long time. However, I will say, being a child of the 90s myself, it's one of those things of where, yes, they might have known, but doctors were not the best at letting people know the dangers. Like now, it's all very much, it's all there, and they make sure you know everything. They throw a million booklets at you when you're pregnant. But back then, like my mom said, yeah, literally, you just went in and you had your scans and you had your checkups. But honestly, they couldn't care less. I mean, that was what it was like in the UK, where I'm from. I don't know what it's like anywhere else in the 90s, but where I'm from, they couldn't give a shite. Okay. I hope you're not of the sensitive type of constitution, because you might not want to listen to this one because it's friggin' gross. When I get a white swollen taste bud, I just clip it off with nail clippers. I'm sorry, you do what now? Dirty! No! I sometimes get these white swollen taste buds, usually on the tip of my tongue. It's presumably from running my tongue across my bottom permanent retainer when I get them. It's so uncomfortable and annoying that it occupies like 90% of my thoughts. I think when that happens, it's actually like teeny tiny ulcers on the taste buds. I get them too sometimes. I don't clip them off though! And drives me absolutely insane. A few years ago, I discovered a slightly barbaric solution. I simply take some nail clippers and clip off the taste bud that's bothering me. It bleeds for a little bit, but not for too long. Of course, it hurts pretty bad to do, but the quick 30 seconds of pain to cut it off versus a week of constant discomfort is an easy call for me to make. I also have a tongue piercing, lots of tattoos, and have a relatively high pain tolerance. So maybe that's why I'm going down this route. Lol. Now, I just think you're a masochist, OP. You're doing? It's like asking for an infection. Pack it in. That one has hebeed all of my GBs. I don't like that at all. Then down in the comments, Entertainment Own 1641 says, I bite mine off. Will you all stop it? Prison, the lot of you. It's so painful when I do it, but quickly relieving as hell. Yeah, I think there's a reason it's painful when you do it. It's trying to tell you not to do it. Dixie Normus says, yep, no idea what causes them, but quickly biting... Ugh. I might vomit. Biting them off seems to be the only solution. They just get bigger and more irritated if you leave them alone, and I have never had them heal poorly. They are so annoying, catching on the tiny spaces between the tips of my teeth, sitting in between molars, just aching. Even touching the roof of my mouth is enough to drive me crazy. Haven't had them in my 30s though. They sort of just stopped. I quit smoking cigarettes and drinking so much Red Bull and sugary caramelized lattes. Maybe that has something to do with it. Probably. An MLA heading says, I only ever get these when I have a cold, and it's like one taste bud, not many. Then again, I don't do sugary drinks and stuff. I mean, that's all good and well, but you all need to pack it in. You're all gross. Before we go any further on this one, I must say and reiterate, this is not a channel for children, okay? Kids should not be listening to this. And there is good reason I say that, okay? So listen to me and make sure that no kids are in earshot, okay? You will understand why. Oh, goodness me. I turned myself into a woman with AI and it completely broke me. Sounds like an innocent title, doesn't it? Oh, I wish. I think I've completely lost it. 2 weeks ago, I made a nudie AI image of myself as a woman just for fun. She was super hot. I should have deleted it. Instead, I made more full body nudie nudes, filthy, sexually exotic. I'm struggling here. Pictures of myself. Before I knew it, I had a whole gallery of myself in ways no man should ever see himself. Then, after a while, I didn't even need the AI anymore. I could just picture it, close my eyes, and imagine myself as a woman getting railed by me. I mean, there's a niche for everything. Just me, my brain, and Cream Puff, my now battle-worn favourite flashlight. And I don't actually mean a flashlight, you know what I mean. You named it Cream Puff. Prison! To prison with you! Thine eyes have seen and read things they should never have been exposed to. Proper food, cleaning, and hygiene was already at a low priority before this, but this last 2 weeks has made it worse. 2 weeks of nothing but jerking it to the thought of effing myself. Mate, get help! Get help! Today was supposed to be different. I was going to eat real food, feel normal again. After a shower, I opened my delivery app, picked a meal, and was about to order, and then I saw it. What apps are you ordering food off? Flashlight launch, same day delivery. In the effing app. Yeah, what app? What app are you using? So I can avoid it like the plague, please. I don't want to be looking at that while I'm trying to order a burger. Ugh, gross. That is a machine where you mount your flashlight and it automatically moves it like someone else is effing you. A hands-free flashlight machine. I'm not reading that other word, by the way, because it's making me gip. Yeah, no dinner today after all. Just me and my freshly delivered $200 automatic D machine. And the realization that I fantasize about effing myself. Touch grass, a lot of it. TLDR, I made an AI nudie version of myself, got obsessed, stopped eating, opened an app to order food, saw a same-day delivery for a flashlight launch. Now a milking machine is giving me the closest thing to having S with myself. I miss the person I was 5 minutes ago. I feel traumatized. So now you're all traumatized with me. How does that feel? Are we all feeling a little icky right now? Cool. Edit. Sorry for dropping this here on confession, but I had to get it off my chest. I don't know if I need help or just a wake-up call, but here we are. Yeah, you should be sorry, because I had to read that with my eyes. My pupils are now sullied. Thank you very much. But, do you know what? If the thought of you in a lady version gets you off, I mean, that's not the worst thing in the world. I think the problem arises when you're spending $200 on weird machines to exact this fantasy, not eating, not washing. Like, come on now. Go clean yourself. And then you can do weird things with your AI lady self. That's fine, you know, different strokes for different folks. That is not a good terminology to use right now. But yeah, I'm not kink shaming, I'm kink asking why. And then down in the comments, Devetta says, a modern day Narcissus with an AI instead of a pool of water. Like, seriously, literally. Oh my goodness, such a good comparison. Days Turning Into Night says, holy shite, laughing my butt off. And then Daniel Bryan 86 says, ladies and gentlemen, the internet. Oh, honestly, the internet is both a blessing and an absolute curse and scourge on the earth. Now, let's hope for something a little less diabolical and heave-worthy. Realised I'm a submissive in the bedroom as a man 30 plus. Oh, someone's having their awakening. Basically, like the title, I don't have anyone to tell. Not that I suppose I really should, but my lady and I have been together going on 6 years. We have 2 kids and have been living together essentially the whole time. Recently, we started having S a lot more, likely due to both of us working on our health and fitness and having a higher S drive as a result. 3 nights ago, I told her I thought it'd be fun if we got a if we got a gag and handcuff restraints just to try it out. I am trying to figure out, by the way, what I can actually say without being suppressed. I'm not like avoiding the words because I'm like, oh my goodness, oh, how disgraceful. Like whatever gets you going, I guess. I don't care. Just trying to figure out what I can actually say without being suppressed because I've noticed on videos where I swear more, they get suppressed quite a bit. So, yeah, that is why. She agreed with it, and so we did the next day. And oh my god, what a turn on. Oh, bless you, you found your thing. She uses the bondage ropes and ties me up, arms behind my back, and then puts in the mouth gag, and I'm just powerless. She's in control the whole time, and I swear I've never experienced better S than the 2 nights we've done this so far. It's unreal. She also seems to quite like it and can honestly say, I never would have expected myself to love feeling so powerless during S like I am. She'll tease me, use me, etc. There's not much more than this. I just had to express to someone somewhere that I feel like a new man with an sexual fantasies playing out in real time. I am happy for you, OP. Good for you. Why not? If that's your thing, go for it. I mean, you could be like the last guy. I mean, I guess you're still washing, so who cares? And then down in the comments, Jumpy Knowledge 6560 says, good for you. Nothing better than experiencing your tastes with the person you love. Absolutely. If that's what you're into, you like to be told what to do, why not? And I bet your missus loves it. I bet she loves being in charge. It's like, why wouldn't you? That sounds like a lot of fun for you guys. I hope you have lots more tie-it up sessions. Yeah. And on that note, I think we'll leave it there today. Thanks to that one story, I need to go and find a live, laugh, eye bath. Oh my goodness. That was eye-opening. I don't even know whether to ask if you enjoyed it today because I feel like we all learned things we didn't really need to, but there we are. It was certainly funny anyway, so that, it is what it is. So, if you did make it all the way to the end and you are not completely traumatized to the point you cannot move, don't forget to like and subscribe because I would appreciate it very much. I appreciate you making it all the way to the end and living through this what the hell with me. Other than that, I am going to get off and genuinely seek out that eye bath. I think I need it. Goodbye!